September 8, 2019, a massive cargo ship, the MV Golden Ray, unexpectedly capsized in St. Simons Sound near the port of Brunswick, Georgia. In the early morning hours, a routine voyage turned into a maritime disaster that sparked one of the most challenging salvage operations in U.S. history. But how did this happen? What went wrong? And how was the wreck finally removed? This is the story of the MV Golden Ray. The MV Golden Ray was a roll-on, roll-off, row-row car carrier built in 2017. Operated by the South Korean shipping company Hyundai Glovis, it was designed to transport thousands of vehicles across the ocean. The ship measured 656 feet, 200 meters long, 106 feet, 32 meters wide, and had a gross tonnage of over 71,000 tons. On that fateful day in September 2019, the Golden Ray was carrying 4,200 vehicles when disaster struck. The MV Golden Ray had just departed the port of Brunswick, one of the busiest vehicle ports in the United States. It was headed for Baltimore, Maryland, before continuing its journey overseas. However, within just 23 minutes of leaving port, something went terribly wrong. The ship began to tilt heavily to its port side. Before the crew could react, the vessel completely rolled over, coming to rest on its side in shallow waters. At 1:37 a.m., the U.S. Coast Guard received a distress call from the ship. The captain, South Korean national Chae Soo-sung, quickly issued an evacuation order. Of the 24 people on board, 23 crew members and 1 harbor pilot, 20 were rescued quickly. However, 4 crew members remained trapped inside the engine room as the ship continued to list dangerously. Rescue teams from the U.S. Coast Guard, along with local authorities, sprang into action. The biggest challenge? The trapped crew members were inside a capsized, unstable vessel. Cutting through the hull was too risky at first, as any wrong move could shift the ship further and endanger those inside. Instead, rescuers used a combination of knocking signals and thermal imaging to locate the survivors. After more than 30 hours, the rescue team successfully drilled a hole into the hull and extracted the 4 trapped men. Miraculously, all 24 people on board survived. So, what caused the Golden Ray to tip over so suddenly? Investigations by the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, and the Coast Guard revealed that improper ballast water distribution was the main culprit. Ballast water is used to stabilize ships by balancing their weight. However, on this voyage, the crew failed to compensate for the heavy cargo load, leaving the ship top-heavy. Additionally, investigators found that the ship made a sharp turn to starboard shortly before capsizing, further shifting the weight imbalance. With thousands of vehicles on board, the ship simply became too unstable and rolled onto its side. While the immediate rescue was a success, the real challenge was yet to come. How do you remove a 71,000-ton shipwreck filled with cars, oil, and debris from a busy shipping channel? The answer? One of the most ambitious and expensive salvage operations ever attempted. Because the ship was too large to refloat and tow away, engineers devised a plan to cut it into 8 massive sections. The process involved using a giant floating crane called the VB-10,000, equipped with a powerful anchor chain to saw through the steel hull. Each section, weighing thousands of tons, was then lifted onto barges and transported away. However, the process was slow and dangerous. Fires broke out on board, fuel leaks polluted the waters, and bad weather delayed operations. What was originally expected to take a few months ended up lasting over 2 years, finally concluding in late 2021. The capsizing of the Golden Ray had a significant environmental impact. Oil and fuel leaks threatened marine life in St. Simons Sound, requiring extensive cleanup efforts. Environmental groups and local authorities worked to minimize damage, but traces of oil continued to surface for months. In response, shipping companies and authorities reviewed safety measures to prevent similar incidents. The NTSB recommended stricter ballast water management protocols and better training for crew members handling weight distribution. The story of the MV Golden Ray is a cautionary tale for the maritime industry. A single miscalculation in weight distribution led to a disaster that took years to resolve. Fortunately, thanks to the efforts of rescue teams, salvage experts, and environmental workers, the impact was mitigated as much as possible. So the next time you see a massive cargo ship at sea, remember, their stability isn't just about size, it's about precision, balance, and careful planning. The Golden Ray capsizing was a lesson learned the hard way, but one that will hopefully prevent future disasters on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing facts.